She's a brilliant boat. You know, I feel really comfortable.
It was a moment in the Red Sea where the waves were, it was at night and the waves were breaking over the bow and finishing up right over the back of the boat. And I thought, I'm pretty sure our rig's going to come off. And, you know, the sun comes up and she's just, don't worry, we've got you.
Just get through that little bit. The rest of it is so amazing.
Do you think you would you'd do the Red Sea again? Join us in the special mini episode as we catch up with Scott and Sandy for an update of sailing from Sudan on the Red Sea through the Suez Canal and to the Greek islands on board a Seawind 1160 Lite to talk about the challenges they face and the conclusion on cruising with outboard motors. Hi everybody, we're here with Scott and Sandy from Seawind 1160 Lite Seamoon. Formerly, we caught up in Sudan, but now it's in Sydney. So welcome, guys, and great to have you with us on the other side of the world.
Thank you very much.
for
It's
having us.
awesome to be here.
All right, so hopefully everyone will watch our first catch-up when you'd sailed from, I think, Malaysia through Maldives and then up to Sudan.
Yeah, up to Phuket and across Maldives and then up the Red Sea. Halfway up the Red Sea when we caught up last.
Yeah. So
The easy bit, as it turned out.
easy bit. So from there, tell us where you've been.
Well, from there we just had to keep heading north up into Egypt's waters, and we stopped at a place called Somerville to refuel, and then up into the Suez, and then.
So we spent a couple of weeks in the Suez, been a couple of weeks at Ismailia, and jumped off the boat and did some land adventure, and then off to Cyprus mid-April.
Yep.
And then the last 5 months we were in sailing Greece,
Doing it for Egon. That's
doing the Greek islands, yeah.
Seawind that sailed from Australia.
From Australia, from here actually, from Sydney.
That is pretty rare. So congratulations.
Thank you. And we
Big journey.
Yeah, absolutely. There wasn't very many boats that were coming across at the same time, and we sort of formed a little community that we were keeping up with each other. Some people raced through the Med in one season, but we decided it needed a little bit of a longer look. So,
So not only is this a completely unique place to go cruising, but you have done it on a Seawind that has outboard motors.
Yep.
What's your takeaway from that now? Like a lot of people go, you can't go cruising on a catamaran with outboard motors. Is that really the case, or?
No, I think outboard motors are great. I mean, once you're sailing, which is what you're trying to do 90% of the time in any case, there's lots of wind in the cruising areas that we were going to at the right time of the year. Once you lift those motors out of the water, then it's just the most blissful sailing experience. And to me, that any sort of reliability issues or maintenance issues, that beauty and freedom of the sailing overrides that a little bit. That said, I mean, these are high-tech motors. They're not little old two-strokes that they're putting in, that Seawind will put in.
Probably EFT motors?
Yep. And so, they've performed flawlessly, absolutely flawlessly.
Awesome. And so you would have cranked up a few hours on those, I guess, 1 hour.
Yes, we have. We think there are around about 2,500 hours that we've got on them, and then we only ever use one at a time. So, a surprising amount of motoring that you use, considering that you want to be sailing all the time. So, yeah.
And you mentioned that you're going to swap them out and put in some new set for a clean start, I guess, for the rest of Europe?
Yeah, that's right. Well, we figured that she needed a little bit of TLC once we'd done that passage across the Indian Ocean and up the Red Sea. So just because of the timing, we thought it might be easier to change the motors out now, and then we'll be good for another 3, 4, maybe even 5 years. So, and pretty easy to do compared to the diesel setup for sure.
And it just so happens that Seawind in Turkey have got a set of motors for us, so we'll be heading up there in April.
Pays to stop in Turkey on the way through, huh?
Absolutely. Pays to know who's Seawind.
You always have a spare set of engine.
Oh, yeah.
Any other Seawind
No.
pass through, but that's
No, but they've definitely been helpful in, organising some boat work for us and some maintenance that we're going to do while we're up there as well on the boat. So just some little bits and pieces, nothing major, that's for sure.
Yeah. When you get to Turkey, you haven't been there yet, no, sure.
No, I've seen it a lot. So it's just over there, 5 miles over there, that's Turkey. So we've been seeing it a lot, but we haven't actually gone into Turkish waters now.
Okay, so you're spending time in Greek islands, which is, I guess, an option for people picking up Seawinds in Turkey now, which is a
Absolutely.
new production facility there. Tell us about your experience sailing the Greek islands.
You go, then.
Well, I just love I love the Greek islands. The water is amazing and, people are fantastic. Provisions, coming from third world countries, going to a proper shop or to get proper provisions for me is amazing. But from the sailing perspective, I think you're best to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting, there's some good consistent winds that in that part of the Mediterranean, with the Meltami comes through every now and then, and where you run and hide from that, but there's plenty of anchorages to do that. Not organised anchorages like moorings, but just lovely little anchorages that you'll meet lovely people at as well. So some really good sailing that can be had, and then you get to a gorgeous island with the whitewashed houses and blue dome churches, and it's just magic.
And castle and
Yeah,
we've become really well med-moorers now. We
Yeah.
got that down pat. So, yeah.
Mid-mooring on a catamaran is a special technique too. It's,
yeah, and when we went to Castellarizo, was our very first Greek island. It's the most southern one, just off the tip of Turkey, and that's where we really fell in love with Greece. But the first mooring that we had to do was a mid-mooring. We just drop the anchor and go back, and how hard can it be? But as long as you've got help on the shore, it's all good.
and what are your plans from here? What comes after Turkey and Greek islands?
So we're going to Turkey April, May and June next year, and then we'll do a passage across to Albania, Montenegro and Croatia, and spend some time between Split and Dubrovnik, and then we'll come back to where the boat is now in the island of Rhodes in Greece, and next winter in Greece as well. And then after that, we're not sure. But we'll probably keep heading west at that point.
Yeah. Do you have plans to cross the Atlantic? Or?
Very much, yep. We figured we're committed to doing the lap now.
Well, you've done the hard bit in theory.
Well, in theory, yeah, in theory. It'll be, I mean, we love sailing, just the two of us on the passages. We get into a nice rhythm and sync. So the Atlantic will be our first big challenge of, a 20-day passage or so, but we're...
I think the longest we've done is 11 days.
Yeah.
I think we said last time we do a 6 hour on, 6 hour off shift in those big passages. So that seems to work for us.
So you do it as a couple? Would you take crew or?
No, I don't take crew.
We don't take crew. We could, I mean, that would obviously be easier from the shift perspective, but, we still see each other plenty of times during the day and get enough sleep. It's good. Once you're into the rhythm, it's for us.
I think it's really lovely to be able to say that we've done it as well. So we have family and friends that join us, like when we're been sailing, we had Indonesia and Penang and up in Thailand, and we've had people come to Greece. So, just do a couple of weeks with us here and there. But
I think the philosophy, I think the philosophy of the Seawind boats themselves is that you can shorthand them, single hand them very easily. So Sandy, who didn't have any real sailing experience, is quite happy to take a 6-hour shift. And if we need to jibe or anything drastic, she might wake me up, but otherwise, the boat sails themselves. They're great.
Well, I'd like to think that it's all the Seawind that's done this for you.
Absolutely. Like, she's a brilliant boat. I feel really comfortable. And I've only been sailing on her and our old 40-year-old catamaran Tenacity for 4 years. So
it was a moment in the Red Sea where the waves it was at night and the waves were breaking over the bow and finishing up right over the back of the boat. And I thought, I'm pretty sure our rig's going to come off. And, the sun comes up and she's just, don't worry, we've got you. So brilliant boats. Very sweet.
Really tough platform at the end of it.
Very, very.
Yeah. I mean, that was the night that we lost the 120 litres of fuel over the side. from the jerry cans. It just completely disappeared because it was that pretty violent seas, but it was only a couple of days.
Yeah.
I say that now.
Yeah. Well, coming back to the hard bit, you did cop a bit of weather heading up the Red Sea, I think, on the nose for a while from memory.
Just after we spoke to you. It's all been great.
The next day.
Shit.
But you managed to obviously navigate through that and take it on the chin.
I think you're always going to find hard sailing days. I mean, if I can give that advice to anyone, there's going to be days that you think, or moments in time that you think this is just horrendous, get me off this boat. But if you can just get through that little bit, the rest of it is so amazing.
And your confidence levels that the boat can handle anything that Mother Nature's going to throw at it, within reason. You don't want to be looking for 11-metre seas, but within reason, I think it's our confidence with Seawind and the build quality and the toughness of the boat is great.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd do the Red Sea again? I mean, you've done it, you don't need to do it again. But on reflection, would you go, oh, that was a crazy thing to do? Or it's like, no, we can handle it?
I think because there's quite a few boats that went from the north down the opposite direction, which you can do at the opposite time of the year. It's as long as you pick your weather windows, I think there's no problem with it. It's just going to be hard in some circumstances. We might choose to motor inside a reef rather than go out into the middle where we got smashed, but next time. But
But that was a personal choice.
it was.
Yeah.
I wanted to sail in the Red Sea, and we did. And there you go. I can tick that off the bucket list.
It'll be a lot more subdued this afternoon. We've got a nice 20-knot nor'easter forecast for our afternoon social race on Sydney Harbour. So welcome, you're back for Christmas. Really appreciate you dropping in and giving us a catch up on the other side. You made it through the Red Sea, you've made it to the Greek islands, and we really enjoy following your posts, and we will continue to do so. So stay in touch. And
Looking forward to quite a few Seawinds joining us in the Med.
yeah, there's a good fleet forming up there now. So
There's a few coming across this year.
yeah, absolutely. So we'll see them up there, and we'll hopefully touch base with you again. I don't know, in the Caribbean perhaps. Excellent. All right, well, thank you guys, and enjoy this afternoon's sail.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
The Two Hulls One Life podcast is brought to you by Multihull Central, your multi-hull specialists for Australia, New Zealand and the South Pacific.